Okay, guys, welcome back. Let's talk about Kourtney because Kourtney is a Karen. She is. She is. Like, I didn't see it all this time, but I can see it now. But I'm also picking up on something else that might be going on with Kourtney. Kourtney and Travis might be headed for a divorce. They might be headed for a divorce. Because we've been hearing that she has been having a difficult time merging both families, and Alabama Barker just shows up with random people in the house and she doesn't like it. And she might leave her husband because of that and other issues. No. Why did I say Kourtney is a Karen? Well, the new season of the Kardashian is out, and as you guys can remember, we saw Kim graduating. The clips were shared on their Instagram story. So in this new season of the Kardashians, you see them organizing the graduation, the invite list, the people showing up. So when Kourtney showed up, Kourtney's seat was beside Laura Wasser. And Kourtney was like, they put me to sit beside the attorney and I don't know her. I'm going to leave. It pissed her off real bad. And I was like, why was Kourtney so pissed just to be seated next to the attorney? And the attorney is a family friend. She dealt with Kim's divorce from Kanye. Why would Kourtney be so upset? Why would Kourtney be so mad? And then I was like, aha. They know that Kourtney and Travis is not getting along. They know that Kourtney is contemplating divorcing Travis, and they put her to sit beside Laura, a divorce attorney, so Kourtney could get a few questions in. But Kourtney didn't see it as a help because she's in denial. She sees it as some kind of trigger, and she was like, they put me, you guys put me to sit beside the attorney and I don't know the attorney. And then she said she had to drive an hour and a half to the venue. And then she said she had to spend time to get her hair, her makeup done, her nails done. And she gives herself maximum 4 hours to be away from baby Rocky. So she put all of that in there. But I was like, Kourtney was too bitchy about sitting beside the attorney. Like, what's the big deal? Stop being a Karen. I kid you, absolutely not. But let's take a look at the clip, guys, and then I'll get back with the rest of my commentary.
Since I'm on a breastfeeding schedule, I have like a maximum time that I will leave the baby, and that's 4 hours.
I think I'm gonna go, actually.
Initially, they had me sitting next to Kim. I get there and Chloe's next to Kim, and I'm at the end of the table next to our attorney. No offense to the attorney, but like, I don't know the attorney. I've met her once.
Kourt and I planned to go to the graduation together. I wanted Kourtney to meet me about an hour early so we can drive there in time. Kourt just said I'm crazy and whatever.
We were supposed to drive together, but calm down.
We were.
Stop
but you had
flattering
a
me.
very strict schedule.
It's a surprise. I couldn't miss the surprise.
But guess what? I got here probably
because
15
she was
minutes
late.
before.
You didn't know she was going to be late.
I was getting nails done, breastfeeding, getting my hair done, getting glam, trying to get dressed.
It took me an hour and a half to drive to Kim's graduation, stayed there for an hour, and then an hour to drive home. That's a lot for me for my day to be away from my baby that I'm breastfeeding.
She is fine.
No.
She is fine. He's a year
0
and a
to
half.
3. Yeah, 0 to 3.
So then I'm in this equation too. My kid's 2.5.
So you should get your ass home, shouldn't
I don't
you?
need to.
Why are we mom shaming? I'm with my kids all the time. I just want to sit here and enjoy a little cake.
0 to 3, Chloe.
Kourtney is just very judgmental. All of us prioritize our kids. To judge when you're not even around to see, I think, is why we have such an issue with it.
So you guys can see that she was really pissed about being seated next to the attorney. And at first I was like, why would Kourtney be so pissed? What is the big deal? I don't see the big deal with them putting her beside the attorney. And then I was going through the comment section of the video and people were like, oh, Kourtney is just extremely miserable. She's a pain in the ass. And I was like, it's true. She was extremely miserable, pain in the ass. But I could understand what she was saying as it relates to not wanting to be away from her child for more than 4 hours, because Kourtney has always been a hands-on mom. She has always been specific about how she raised her child. We know that she breastfeeds them until they're maybe 5 years old. I might be exaggerating a bit, yes. I think maybe 3 years old or 2 years old, or she breastfeeds up to 2 years old. Yes, that's how Kourtney does her thing. That's how she handles her business. So when she spoke about, a particular time frame and she doesn't want to spend more than 4 hours away from her child, that I could understand. But I was like, it's an event for your sister. You could make a one-off exception for that time around. But then I noticed that she was extremely triggered by being seated next to the attorney. And I was like, why the heck would she be so triggered? And there were people saying that Kourtney's marriage is over. You can see it. And I was like, aha. She's triggered about being seated next to the attorney because I believe she might not be getting along with Travis for real, because when you see so many reports telling you that she's having a difficult time blending both families, and we've seen Alabama Barker on TikTok just bringing random strangers popping up at the house, and it would be quite a few of them. Kourtney doesn't roll like that, and Kourtney, I'm going to be honest, Kourtney seems as though she's not fond of black people. I'm not saying she's racist. I'm just saying it seems as though she's just not fond of black people. And Alabama Barker friends, they are black. And I think that we know that Travis Barker is sensitive about Alabama Barker because she has a medical condition. That's his baby girl and all of that jazz. So he's sensitive about her, super sensitive about her. And he could be butting heads with Kourtney quite a lot on when it comes to Alabama Barker. And I'm saying nothing that is going on between Travis and Kourtney is new to Kim and Khloe. And I believe because the event was organized by Khloe, wanted to do it for Kim, right? Because Kim completed the internship, because it's like an internship program. Kim completed it. And Khloe wanted to say, kudos to you for sticking this through and, doing and just getting there to the end. Kim wanted Khloe to wait until she set the bar, and Khloe was like, I'm not going to wait because you have achieved a milestone, which is very good. And Kris Jenner was on the same page as Khloe. So who put Kourtney's seat beside the attorney? Unless Kim changed it last minute, because I know that Kim is that kind of person. Kim is like, let's get to it and get it over with. Like, Khloe will allow you. Khloe will know that things is not good with you, and she will rally her support behind you. But I think like Kris and Kim, they're always on the same accord. Like, if it's not good, and if you're that miserable, if you're consistently unhappy, and if he's not seeing you through, and if he's not willing to meet you halfway, then you have to leave. So it could be Kim or Kris who rearranged the seating arrangement and had Kourtney beside the attorney. But evidently it was very triggering for Kourtney. She was so pissed, like, I'm gonna go. She's not gonna sit there. Seems as though Kourtney might be very weak in her decision. And as such, she doesn't want to sit beside the attorney, because maybe chances are with her sitting beside the attorney, she might be tempted to ask a question or two or few. And that may lead her to take huger steps. And she might just be holding on and saying, God, I'm holding on to this marriage and I'm going to fight for my marriage. Maybe she really does love her husband, but is, annoyed and fed up and may need some time to think it through, but she was acting like a Karen in that moment. Honestly, she was. And many people are saying her marriage is done and it's over. And I've been hearing it since this year a lot. And I didn't see it then, but I can see where it may appear as though things might be exactly as critics are saying it is. But let me know what you guys think. Leave your comment below. Peace.